So, Ms. Talita, could you please introduce yourself? Tell me about your qualification and teaching experience, please.
Sure. My name is Talita Momsen. I'm from South Africa. I speak English as a first language. I studied a BSc in biochemistry and physiology, and I also have a CELTA qualification. I've been teaching English to adults for more than 6 years now.
All right. And Ms. Talita, what do you know about Saudi Arabia and why are you interested in teaching there?
Well, one of the reasons is that I've never been to Saudi Arabia before, so I would love to go there, learn more about it, and explore it. I would also love an opportunity to teach English to students who speak Arabic as a first language and learn more about the challenges they have and how best to help them to learn English and to be able to use English as they would wish to.
All right. Okay. Uh, Tell me about your teaching experience. Have you taught female adults? Okay, we would like to know what age group did you teach and how was your experience to teaching to female adults?
Yes, I've definitely taught female adults in different settings, in different countries, mostly at language schools. Right now in Japan, about half of my students are adults and half of them are female. They're all ages, from college students to retired people. I also have some experience teaching female students from the Middle East, including Saudi Arabia, when I taught at the language school in South Africa.
Okay. All right. Uh, how do you encourage creativity in your classroom?
Well, I think the first thing is making students feel safe and comfortable in the classroom environment, so that they're not afraid to make mistakes and modeling being creative and open-minded and yeah, encouraging students to do that and praising when they do that in the classroom and also making them aware of how important that is in the real world when they're actually going to use English.
Okay. All right. And what strategies do you use to make your class more interesting and meaningful to your students?
Well, I think it's important to know your students. First of all, their motivation for studying English and also their strengths and weaknesses so you can help them with these. And I think last of all, also just knowing them as people and knowing what their interests are. So, yes, you can um, yeah, individualize lessons to suit them and so that it's interesting for them and they can practice the kind of language that will be useful to them.
Okay. All right. Could you please describe your best lesson you ever had? Any lesson that was very successful and you enjoyed it? Could you please describe your any lesson you had? You remember?
Well, I guess um, for me, and I think probably for the students as well, a good lesson or the best lesson is where they feel at the end of the lesson that they have achieved something and that this will be useful to them in the real world. Or as well, it's very satisfying when students tell you that they've been struggling or that they haven't been able to understand a specific part of language or concept, and now they do. Yeah, that makes me very happy to get that feedback from students. And yeah, I would consider a lesson like that to be successful.
Okay. All right. Just last question. In Middle Eastern countries, students sometimes they are bored, right? And they don't come to the class. Maybe they make excuses, teacher, we are sick, we are not coming today. We have a football match. So, how do you motivate student to come to the class? Do you have any strategies?
Um, yes, I think to make students aware of the fact that learning and speaking any language is a continuous process and that you have to keep practicing regularly and that that is directly linked to your success. And if students may be distracted or bored, like saying they would like to play football instead of coming to an English class, to, yeah, as I said before, to try and incorporate those interests and hobbies into the classroom and into the language if possible, so that they can feel that they still experience that and they're not really missing out on that if they can talk about that during class.
All right, good. That's it. These are my question, Miss Talita.